Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maxwell Ivey, and I'm known around the world as the Blind Blogger. And when my friend Don asked me and others to record a short video to help with your class, I wasn't exactly sure what I should talk about. But I think the best thing I can teach y'all or share with you as potential future business owners is that it's important to decide to find solutions instead of making excuses. And just to share a couple very brief examples, when I started my first website, the Midway Marketplace, 11 years ago, it was pre-Wi-Fi, pre-WordPress, and pre-social media. And so I had to figure out a way to get online as a blind person with no budget, no friends, no experience, and no training in creating websites. I did that by asking a lot of questions and eventually being led to the w3c.org school or tutorials. I worked my way through the tutorials and created a website. My website was very bright and vivid. I was once told that the colors I chose were so bright that Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could have had an argument over them. But the site was successful because instead of focusing on what I couldn't do, I put the best site together I could, and then I focused on building an email list, making connections online, recruiting clients, setting fees, and making lots of phone calls and sending out lots of emails to people saying, hey, come look at my stuff. Eventually, I learned that there are other better ways to build relationships online, but the main thing is I decided that just because I couldn't do something perfectly didn't mean I was going to let it keep me from doing it the best I could at the time and learning and growing as I went. So there are going to be times you don't have the resources you want. You don't have the time, money, experience, or knowledge, and that's fine. When that happens, you can do one of two things. You can either decide to let it defeat you, you can let it be an excuse, a roadblock, or you can say to yourself, there has to be an answer. There has to be some way I can solve this problem and continue moving forward. And in my opinion, those answers can take one of four forms or options. You can decide that there is a way you can do them personally, and if there is, you take action. You can say there has to be somebody who knows this who can help me, and you ask them for help. You can say there has to be somebody who's really good at this, so I'm going to ask them to do it for me. And you can say, I can't do it. I don't know anybody else who can do it or teach me how to do it, so I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to focus on all the things I can do something about and move forward on them at this time. I'm known as the Blind Blogger because I put myself out there online. A lot of that has been through podcasts, radio shows, and through things like this, doing short videos or question and answer for people who I met online. I decided there had to be a way to meet people in spite of the fact that my blindness and my transportation options in the suburb of Houston, Texas were not great. I found radio shows and podcasts. So for the rest of today, I want you to think about what is my one biggest struggle, or what is the one thing I'm going to have to solve in order to start my business or to help my business grow. And then what is the one thing I can do today that will move me closer? Trust me, if you decide to find a solution, an answer, you'll find one. It may not be the one you were hoping for. It may not be the one everybody else uses. It may be totally crazy in the eyes of your friends, family, and social media connections. But as long as it works, as long as it serves your purpose and solves your problem, answers your question, it's perfect. I hope that helps you. And if you want to learn more about me, or if there are questions you have that you're hoping I can help you, or maybe you're just inspired and motivated a little by seeing a guy who's totally blind who's decided to make a business for himself online, then visit me at theblindblogger.net. Okay, Don, thanks for asking. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this to you, and I hope this is exactly what you were hoping for. Thanks. It's a pleasure having you as a friend and part of my story, and you take care now.